there was a big heat release, and just allowed that to kind of move through me. So yeah, so that whole thing about creating the awareness and the intention, it creates safety, a container, and it's much more calming. And your symptoms are not going to be compounded. So when we have unconscious release, like cathartic experiences, it just continues. It's not helpful in the sense of getting the energy out in a way that feels healing. It feels out of control, and so it comes back to us in an out of control way, because even though we released the energy, we didn't learn how to control the release and control the energy. So that's why it's so important to do this with intention and mindfulness and some knowledge behind you of like why this, why to do it this way. So before I get to just any questions you guys have, I want to also show you tapping. You guys have probably heard of it, and if not, you're in for a treat. But if you have heard of it, I still want to talk about it because it's an incredible thing to do with not just emotions that feel overwhelming, but also physical pain. I actually did this for myself today. I was having a lot of pain in my wrist, and the tapping got it down from I'd say, a 7 to a 1. I hardly feel anything anymore. And it's really helpful with physical pain. Like some of you said that there was like pain in your shoulders and your chest. That's something that this can really help with, as well as emotional pain. So tapping. So like I said, we've got all this energy in our bodies. Feelings are energy, right? And we have these pathways that energy moves through our bodies called meridians. And when energy gets stuck, it can get stuck in these pathways. And so tapping, it's why acupuncture allows that energy to move. And so there's all these acupuncture points, and there's all these pathways through the meridians that the needles are being stuck into our bodies in order to move the energy, right? So with tapping, we're doing the same. We're moving the energy through various points in our bodies in a very prescribed way that moves energy out. And this can help with self-defeating beliefs. So just like hypnosis can, this as well. It also, so the amygdala, the part of the brain that causes stress and fear and anxiety, it actually soothes that part of our brain, so it creates safety. Any questions you guys have, stick into the Q&A because I'm going to hopefully get to them in the last 10 minutes. But so it soothes that part of our brain and allows that energy to move through. It creates safety and security within our body. So what we want to do with tapping is we want to think of a situation or maybe something in our body that hurts us or something that triggered us, a triggering moment. So let's do something that everyone can relate to. Let's do something in our body that feels tight, okay, or that's causing us pain or discomfort in some way. So if everyone can just think about that place in their body, and what we'll do is we'll say, even though I have this stress in my body, okay, so you got to make a statement. So there's an affirming statement to start. Even though I have this pain in my blank, okay, fill in the gap, but I'm just gonna say stress in my body. So even though I have this stress in my body, this pain in my body, I love myself and accept myself completely. We're gonna say this 3 times as we tap the karate, it's called the karate chop point. So it's like the fleshy part of our hand on the side. So it's really this part. And we can tap it with all, 4 fingers, doesn't matter. But we're just tapping it. We're not tapping it too hard and not too lightly, but just so that we feel it. So we would be saying, even though I feel this pain in my body, I love and accept myself fully and completely. Even though I have this pain in my body, I love myself fully and completely. Even though I have this pain in my body, I love and accept myself fully and completely. So that's what you do for the first one. And it said, someone said it makes me cry. Interesting. That is totally normal. Because think about it, we're giving ourselves like unconditional love and acceptance, which is a release. Then what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the point. So if it's anxiety, right, and you're like, if it's pain in your body, I want you to focus on that pain, right? So for me, it would be like this pain in my wrist. So it might be this pain in my shoulders, this pain in my chest, this pain in my head. But I'm just going to say this pain in my body, right? So focus on it intently, and we're going to tap this part. So it's where the eyebrow kind of meets the bridge. So right here, and you can do it on either side. You can do it on both sides if you want. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to do it on my right side, and we're going to tap 5 to 7 times. So it's going to be this pain in my body. Then we're going to go right here. It's not the temple. It's kind of right. This is the temple. It's going to be right closer to the eye, okay? And it's going to be this pain in my body. Then we're going to go under the eye, right here at the bone. You might feel a soreness because these are acupressure points. So this pain in my body. You want to say it out loud. Then we're going to go right underneath the nose and the lip in between. This pain in my body. Right between the chin and the lip and this dent right here, this pain in my body. Then find your collarbone, right? And go right about an inch below it and an inch to the side. So it's kind of like an inch below, inch to the side. This pain in my body. And then gonna go right below the armpit about few inches. Ladies, it's going to be your bra line, and we're going to tap it. This pain in my body. It might feel a little sore. Don't tap too hard. And then we're going to go to the top of our head. This pain in my body. Okay? So let's do it all the way through, okay? So, karate chop, right? Gonna do, even though I have this pain in my body, I love and accept myself fully and completely. Even though I have this pain in my body, I love and accept myself fully and completely. Even though I have this pain in my body, I love and accept myself fully and completely. This pain in my body. 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 Okay. And then you assess. You want to do this exercise if you really want to see results, you're going to want to do it for about, to really see results, you're going to want to do it for 15 minutes to set a timer. But for me, it doesn't have to be, especially when we're dealing with self-defeating beliefs. So like, even though I have this shame, I fully love and accept myself completely. Even though I have this shame, you want to do that for 10 to 15 minutes. For the pain in my wrist, I did it for 5 minutes, and it was significantly gone. So you guys might have noticed something immediately, and I'd love to hear some of your experiences. Yes, there's YouTubes on this. Just look up tapping. There's a book on it, the EFT Solution. Um, it's called the Emotional Freedom Technique, and it's basically exactly, well, it is what we just did. And you can do it to release tension in your body. You can do it when you are having anxiety, completely. The more specific you are, the better. Um, and with pain, it's just amazing. It moves the energy through our bodies. I found it to be extraordinary in my dealing with physical pain, and also with negative self beliefs. It's incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. You can do it anywhere.